good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start chapter number 7 of civics, that is understanding marginalization. Now, first of all, children, we should be learning what does it means to be socially marginalized. What does it means? Children, to be marginalized is to be forced to occupy the sides or fringes and does not be at the center of things. Means marginalization means to be at the margin, to be at the sides. Fringes means the corners, means you are not at the center of anything and you have been discriminated and you have been put aside of something. Fine. This is something that some of you have probably experienced in the classroom or playground. At school also, sometimes you feel like that you are not being given attention by your friends, and sometimes you think that you have been ignored or you have been put at a side. Fine. If you are not like most in your class, that is if your taste in music or films is different, if your accent marks you out of others, if you are less chatty than your others in the class, if you don't play in the same sport that many of your classmates like, if you are dressed differently, these are the chances which will not be considered to be in your peer group. So sometimes in your class you feel like if someone new admission comes to your class, if that child's accent is not like you, he or she is not speaking the language like you, or his or her tastes are different, or if he is dressing sense is different, her or his dressing sense is different, that will definitely leads to be he that person is going to be different from your peer group, or if it is you also, you are going to be seen differently from your peer group, from your classmates. So often children, you end up feeling, so that time how do you feel when someone is ignoring you, nobody is making friend with you? So you will be feeling that you are not with it, means you are not like them, and you are going to say, feel or think that the way you are acting or the way you are speaking is not quite right or acceptable to others, means you are going to feel somewhere inferior. You will feel inferiority in yourself. Fine. You will feel yourself inferior from others. You will think that I am somewhat different from others. uh, you are going to take it in a sorry, negative way. Fine. As in the classroom, in the social environment too, groups of people or communities may have experience of being excluded. Same way as we feel in our classroom, same thing happens in the social environment also. People think and feel that they have been excluded from the rest of the society. Fine. Their marginalization can be because they speak different language. So it happens in our society, if someone is speaking a different language, is having different customs, different, is from a different religion group, which is a majority, which is not in a majority, we are obviously going to marginalize that person. Fine. They will feel marginalized because they are poor also. It happens here also. If someone is poor, if someone is of low social status, the others are not going to look at him in the same way as they look at rich persons. So there also marginalization, there also those people are being ignored, or they are being at a, they are put at a side. Now, sometimes marginalized groups are viewed with hostility and fear, and sometimes these marginalized groups, we look at them with a a fear, that this sort of person will not be good for us. Like if simply we will talk about a Muslim community, what we every time we think about Muslims, we don't think good about them, positive about them. Whenever it comes, I am not blaming someone, I am just telling the truth, children, that we look at them in a different way. So that fear comes to the people hearts, those who look at them, they look at them in that way only. This sense of difference and exclusion leads to communities not having access to resources and opportunities, and their inability to assert their rights. So what happens ultimately, they are given a sense of difference, means you are different from us and you cannot be with us all the time. And even children, they don't get equal resources, they don't get equal opportunities, and sometimes even they are unable to get their rights. They can't ask for their rights as well, that all the rights which the others are facing or which the others are enjoying, they are not getting those equal rights. They experience a sense of disadvantage and powerlessness vis-a-vis more powerful and dominant sections of society who own land, are wealthy, better. Now what happened, these marginalized people, what they feel disadvantaged and powerless. They thinks that we don't have any advantage for the society, and we don't have any power also, as compared to others, those who are powerful also, dominant sections in the society, those who are having land, they are wealthy also, they are better educated also, and they are politically powerful also. So comparatively, these marginalized people, they are not enjoying the same status, the same rights as they are enjoying. Thus, marginalization is seldom experienced in one sphere. It's not in one sphere, it is in economic, social, cultural, and political factors. They all together, they make up with certain groups in the society uh, for feeling marginalized. Means it is not only in the social, it is everywhere, economic, cultural, political. So children, in this chapter we are going to talk about two communities that are considered to be socially marginalized in India. Fine. Now, first of all, we are going to study about Adivasis, children, Adivasis and marginalization. Here we are going to we are going to read a story about this. Now, children, Adivasis. Now, see, an Adivasi family in Delhi. They are living in Delhi. Soma and Helen, they are watching Republic Day parade on TV, and they are sitting with their grandfather. Now, what do they see? Hey, see an Adivasi float. Now, they see that, they are showing an Adivasi culture. Now they ask that Dadu, why they always show Adivasis as only dancing? Can't Adivasi do anything else? See, yes, don't they know anything else about us? Means they are also Adivasi. Adivasis are the tribal people, children. Fine. So what did the Dadu say? He says that the lives of Adivasis are very rich. Most people don't know about the richness of their lives. Fine. Now he is telling a story. He says that when I was young, I was living in our village that was in Orissa, and it was very beautiful. And he says, now as the tribal people, children, I told you Adivasis are tribal people. Obviously they live, they are totally dependent on the forest. Fine. So we needed from the land, we got everything we needed from the land and forest around us. So they were getting everything from around. Fine. We in turn respected the land, the forest, and the river. Fine. They were respecting them, they were not destroying them. Suddenly, we were told that the forest was not ours. They were living a very happy life, and afterwards, they were told that the forest is not. That forest officials and contractors, they started cutting down large part of the forest. And when they are going to protest for that, they were getting beatings. Fine, they were beaten, and they took us to the court, he's saying, where we did not have our lawyers and could not fight our cases. And they got a case on this Adivasis, and as the Adivasis, they were not having lawyers and all, so they were not able to win the case. Then how did you survive, Dadu? Then they say, then what happened then, Dadu? Many of us were forced to leave our homes and find seasonal work in nearby towns. So they were, they were expelled from the forest, they were thrown out from the forest. So people, they started moving from one place to another in search of some work. Then the company wala came. Then the person who was from the company, he came. They said there was iron ore under our land, so they wanted to mine it. They under that land they got the iron ore reserves. So they said that they are going to mine it. They promised jobs and money if we sold our land to them. So he said that if you are going to sell our land to them, they are going to give us jobs as well as money. Now some villagers were really excited for this, that they are going to get job, money. Others said that they are going to destroy our lives and we will get nothing out of it. Some gave thumbprints. People, they started putting their thumbprints. They were not realizing that they are going to sell their lands. And only very few people were given jobs by them. Fine, but most of us did not sell it. But most of the people, they did not sell their land. Then they beat and threatened us till eventually everyone was forced to sell the land and abandon the land of their forefathers. And ultimately they were beaten up and everybody was forced to sell their land of their forefathers to these company walas. They had the support of the authorities. Now the authorities were supporting these company walas, so that's why these people, Adivasis, they were, you know they had to give their lands. Our whole way of living vanished overnight. At in one night only, their way of living was vanished. Oh Dadu, and our land, what? For our 30 acres, we got a little money from one contractor, and I never saw most of my friends again. And he says that we saw sold out the land with a very less amount of money, and we never seen our friends again. The money hardly lasted in the city, and in the city, the money was very less. No means of livelihood anymore. We were all crammed into tiny rented rooms. How we missed our carefree lives and open spaces, and they all were forced to live in the cities in small rooms and working there. After a few years, your father got a job in Delhi, and we all moved here. Those were very difficult times. This is why both of you did not go to school for several years. Fine. So they are telling their story that they were not having their financial position was not good. So that's the reason why these children were not able to go to school. And the boy says, I hate going back to school. We had missed so much of our studies, and other children made fun of us. We spoke Santhali at home and did not know Hindi. Now, even their language is also different. They are speaking Santhali, their local language, and they don't know Hindi also. But now we have friends. At that time, they were facing problem, but now they are having friends and they can even speak some of the English words now. I wish I could show my friends our village before it was destroyed. So they just wanted to show their village. You can still tell them about our village. It has a lot to teach them. Okay. Then one day I'll make a movie of the story, our story, the Adivasi story. Now the girl says this. Fine. So this was the story of this family. Fine. Now you just read about this person who was forced to leave his village from Odisha. Same way, millions of Adivasis in India, they have the same story. They are facing the same life, children. They are also forced in this way, and how they are leading their lives is very difficult. So today, so children, end of this module, we will discuss Adivasi story in the next module. Thank you and have a nice day.